The screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Today we are going to enter a new area. Not like new area, already we have solved those beams in other methods. So one more small equation is there to solve continuous beam very easy. Okay. So today we are going to see one theorem that is called three-moment theorem. Three-moment theorem. The person name who formed it, who derived is Clapeyron. So we used to call Clapeyron's equation of three moments. Equation of three moments. Actually, the person who derived an equation to solve the webbing moments or to find the support moments for the continuous beams. First of all, what is continuous beam? That we discussed earlier, right? The continuous beam is having a beam with many supports. With many supports. That is called continuous beam. When you are seeing that loading displacement shape, it will come like this, it will go like this, it will come like this, and it will go like this. So when you are seeing at the support B, you can see at mid of the span, we are having sagging kind of portion, right? So sagging. So in the way, if you are seeing in at support B, what is happening? What is happening at support B? So here, concavity is upwards. Here, convexity is upward. What is the meaning? Here, nothing but hogging moment is developing. Hogging moment is developing. Here, sag. Right. So even though if your beams are there, like this is called continuing. You can say this support as a pin support. It's not a pin support. It's a kind of beam is continuously running. Okay. For example, if I can split into same beam as a 2, how can I write this like this? Sorry, in terms of practical, let's draw. This first one. So this is a column. These three are column. This is a beam. The beam is single length of beam L. Okay, so single length of the beam that is going continuously. Right? It is connected here in the bottom flange maybe. If you are having beam, it is connected in the bottom flange of I beam. You know I beam. What is I beam, right? What is I beam? Steel beam. You know that, right? You might have some idea in the basic civil engineering. Introduction to civil engineering. You know what is I section? What is I section? What is I beam? What is channel section? What is angle? Guys, I'm asking you people. What are these? Hello. 1, 2, 3. Am I audible or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I just asked you one question. What is I section?
Sir, two flanges are
Yes.
connected by one web, like.
Okay. This is two flanges connected by one single web. In cross section, you can see the I shape. Okay. In cross section, you can see the I shape. So throughout length, it will be go like this. Beam. This is called I beam. What about channel beam? Or channel section? Have you heard about that before? What is channel? Channel is nothing but your C section. C shape. That is called channel section. Angle section is L. Angle section is L. Okay. So now, what I wanted to share here is, if you have beam throughout running continuously without any break, it is just supported on the beam. If I apply load, we'll try to bend like this. Bend like this. Here it is simply supported at the end, but here what will happen is, in top fiber will subject to tension, bottom fiber will be in compression. But here, when you are seeing this plate, top fiber in compression, bottom fiber will be in tension. So that is the difference. In the same way, another way, if I have one more option, having the same columns, okay, same columns are there. I'm trying to draw two beams, okay, two beams. So simply supported, okay. When it is applied any load, we'll try to bend like this, we'll try to bend like this. You won't have any moment. You won't have any moments. It's a beam just split into two. But here, the same beam is continuous throughout the two bays, right? This is one bay, this is another bay. So when it's going like that, when applying the load, we'll try to bend like that. So when you are trying to bend like that, in the mid of the support, you can feel the beam top fiber will substitute tension, bottom fiber will substitute compression. Right? This is called continuous beam. Okay. So if sorry. We are having a beam, continuous beam, going like that. We are having any loads, any kind of loads are there. Okay, this may be A, B, C, D, E. The name is. Just want to calculate what are the moments will develop at B, C, D. What about moment at A and C? What about moment at A and C?
0, sir.
Moment at A and C is 0. But what about B, C, D? Is also pin 1. What about B, C, D? Will moment 0 or some moment will be there? At support B, C, D, moment will be there or not there? How will it be there? Be there or not?
Sir, since it's between the beam, I think.
Sorry?
Sir, it's in the beam, no, sir. Like inside the start of the beam, so it will be there now.
Okay. Here sagging moment will be there at mid of the beam. Just asking about the support B, C, D. Will moment there or not? Moment will be there or not at support B, C, D? Hmm? What about this condition? A, B, C. Moment will be there at B or not? Yes, I'm asking you. Will moment be there or not? What is the moment value there? Moment will be there or not first? At support B. Okay, I have explained something here, right? What did I explain here? What is the difference between 1 and 2? What is the difference between 1 and 2? Okay. What is first of all moment, bending moment? Yes. What is
So
moment?
the internal internal reaction caused in the beam due to torsion about z-axis.
What about x and y axis? Moment can't create an x and y axis. Will it not develop? Only z axis only will it develop. Guys, first of all, what is moment?
Sir, we don't read it under moments. Like we'll call it torsion if it's
Why?
about x or y axis.
X or y is all are torsion.
Yes.
Oh. In which subject have you learned like that? Okay, for example, I'm having a beam with many axes, right? X, Y, and Z. Okay, so maybe longitudinal axis is Z axis for you, right? Longitudinal is Z axis, guys. Which axis is Z axis for you people? In your previous semester classes, strength of material or mechanics of solids, whatever. What about the axis? For example, I'm having a rectangular beam. Cross section is rectangular. Shall I take this is x, this is y in long term, the length of the beam in z direction? Is it okay for you people? Have you taken like that in the previous semester? Guys, I'm audible or not? Hello?
Yes, sir. Like this only we took.
Like this only you take. Okay. And my question is, moment is acting on x, moment is acting or not acting, moment about x and moment about y and moment about z. What is the difference between these three? What is mx, what is my, and what is mz? Okay, first example. If I am applying moment about x, what will happen to fiber number 1? I'm just taking this is a fiber number 1. This is fiber number 2. Side face, this side left side face is 3. Right side face is 4. Okay. If I apply moment about x, what will happen to my fibers 1, 2, 3, 4? 1 is horizontal, 2 is also horizontal but bottom horizontal, 3 is vertical, full vertical, 4 is full vertical, left and right. Okay, I'm going to apply moment about x. This is the rectangular cross section. In a side view, you can see the rectangular side section. In throughout the length, you can see as a rectangular beam. Okay, this is a beam, normal beam. Okay, right. So here the top fiber is your 1, bottom fiber is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Okay, so my x and y direction I can draw like this, x, y, and z is this is. That means the lengthwise direction is z. Now tell me, if I apply moment about x, what is the meaning?
So 3 and 4 will be unaffected, 1 will be in compression and 2 will be in tension.
3 and 4 will be
Unaffected.
sorry?
Fibers 3 and 4 will be unaffected, sir.
Unaffected. Okay. 1 and 2?
1 will be in compression and 2 will be in tension, depending on the sign of the moment.
That side of approach. Okay, now we are applying moment like this. Then top fiber, that 1 will be in compression, 2 will be in tension, right? So if I apply moment about y, what will happen? If I apply moment about y, what will happen?
Sir, 1 and 2 will be unaffected and 3 and 4 will compress.
Compression or tension. It's not unaffected. The stress will be there like that. Majorly that fiber continuously will be there, that value corresponding will be there. Okay, so whole length of the 3 and 4, major is 3 will subject to compression or tension based on how we are applying the moment, right? So now, if I apply the moment about Z, what will happen? Do you have that compression tension kind of things in moment about Z?
Sir, I think it's shear only.
Here only the shear stress. That is nothing but your torsion, right? You are rotating. Everything momenting is rotation only, but when you are rotating about the Z axis, longitudinal axis, shear will down, not about your normal stresses. That's why your torsion theorem, what is your equation? T by J, C theta by L, and tau by R, right? Yes or no? What is your torsion theorem? What is your simple bending theorem? First of all, Bernoulli's theorem. What is your Bernoulli's theorem?
M by A equal to E by R equal to sigma by Y.
By
Minus sigma by Y.
equal to F by Y equal to E by R. Or this is sigma, whatever you can call it. So stress, right? So axial stresses, normal stresses, either compression or tension. This is a moment, X or Y, what I have told you. If it is moment about Z axis, what will happen? The torsion. If torsion means what will happen? T, I will become J, then what? G,
Tau by
theta by L, then tau by
R.
R, right? So for F, normal stress, what kind of stress is there here? Shear stress. For E, you have torsion which is G, and the angle of twist. For R, you have theta by L. For E, you have G. So that is the difference. For M, you are having T, torsion moment. So the thing is, torsion is moment about longitudinal axis alone. So that is the moment. You can say like all are moment. That maybe M are moment about X, moment about Y, and moment about Z. If you are taking moment about longitudinal axis, that you can say as a torsion. So, okay, that is the difference between all other moments. Now my question is, will moment be there at supports B, C, D? Will it be there or not? All of you, what you have to do is to take some long stick. Okay, just take long stick and kind of long stick like this, and keep some supports. Ask your brother or friend to put hand like that here and here, and try to apply the load in these two parts. Just see what is happening. Just see what is happening. Okay. And tomorrow we will discuss about the continuous beam again. How to do the derivation for the continuous beam. Okay. Is it okay for you people? Just have two things. You are having three supports, okay, and having a single beam throughout. That is one option. And another one, having same three supports but two beams. What will happen? What will be the behavior of these two? First and second case. Okay.
No.
Okay, right. I just start the class. First is just to have some idea about the continuous beams. Again, we will have it on tomorrow about it here. So today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you will receive assignments for fixed moment, prop cantilever, moment distribution method, and slope deflection method. Okay, this is the first assignment. Second assignment will be for three moment theorem. ILD approximately. Just stop the class here.